welcome back to another episode of Animal. I'm here with you with some breaking news. And that's to say that oshinoko is definitely the anime of the season. Along with that, it is a top contender for anime of the year. For those of you out there who are fans of Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, and Bleach, especially the latest season of Bleach, these could obviously be some top contenders as well. But I'm here to say that oshinoko probably stands a better chance for a lot of reasons. And for those of you who haven't watched it yet, I highly suggest you watch it so you understand what type of gravity oshinoko has as a new anime in the scene and how it brings a refreshingness to the anime scene. Now, before we dive into the nitty-gritty as to why oshinoko is the top anime for spring 2023, but also a top contender for anime of the year, can we just talk about that very first episode and the trailers had you thinking that this was going to be a romance love story between an OBGYN and an idol that he worships, Hoshino Ai, and in reality what we get probably in the first 30 minutes or 40 minutes or so is the OBGYN is essentially going to help Ai deliver her babies, and she's going to have twins. But on the day that Ai is giving birth or supposed to give birth, the OBGYN dies. He gets pushed off a cliff and he dies right within the first 1/3 or 1/2 of the episode. Now, the synopsis of oshinoko is definitely not wrong in that this is a love story, but most of the time when we hear love story, we think of romance. However, this now turns into a love story between Ai and her now children. And the unique thing about her children is that both of her kids are reincarnations of two characters we get introduced into the storyline. One is the OBGYN, who is now reborn as Aqua, or Aquamarine, and the other one is Sarina, who dies from cancer and is now reborn as Ruby. So at this point in the story, we've now had two major shocks. Our OBGYN is killed before anything can happen between him and his idol, and they are reborn essentially as their favorite idol's babies. Now, we've already had two shocks in the storyline so far within the first episode, but you know, all good things come in three. By the end of the episode, we learn that Ai dies. She is murdered by one of her supposed fans, and this gets revealed further on in the story. I'm not going to spoil it for you now, but if you're a manga reader, you know what I'm talking about. And with her death, Aqua is present for essentially her getting stabbed and murdered. Ruby, while present, is behind the door and doesn't really get to see all the violence that happens. And since Aqua is essentially the reincarnation of a man in his late 20s, he still has the processing thought of an older individual. And with that, Aqua now vouches to get his revenge on the person who murdered his mom. That's basically episode 1 in a nutshell. It is quite possibly one of the most dramatic, mystery, plot-turning first episodes I have ever seen in my entire time in watching anime. Aside from the storyline taking a huge trajectory that no one was able to expect, the episode fooled all of you. It fooled me, it fooled you, it fooled any person who didn't write the manga. What oshinoko does is it takes this whole entertainment industry that has lots of fans and lots of toxicity and kind of unravels that in an anime. And for anyone out there who loves to follow entertainment, who likes to follow entertainment gossip, potentially you're a K-pop fan and you know what the K-pop industry kind of is about behind the scenes, we all know more or less, or have an idea more or less, that the entertainment industry is kind of in many ways. One of these ways, and we see it kind of in the first episode of oshinoko, is that you've got fans. And these fans are like big fan bases that develop a obsession with these idols and these celebrities. When these obsessions obviously get out of hand, we see things like this. We're talking about people using their online platform as a means to bully idols and celebrities just because they either A, don't get the attention that they want, or B, they need to have like this clean, simple integrity brand that we all are obsessed with. So oshinoko ends up being a mystery anime with quite a bit of violence in the first episode, as well as emotional and mental violence as the story goes on. Because we get to see just how crazy the entertainment industry is, between the people in it and the people that consume it. And obviously, because this is an anime, we do have to talk about the art and the animation itself for a bit. The art style is also great because it kind of captures the essence of an idol very well and very interestingly, and uses the eyes of these idols and these entertainment upcoming celebrities or celebrities in general a lot. As you can see, Ai has like these big eyes with like these stars in it, and each of her kids inherits like a star in their eye. And very quickly we see how the stars in their eyes are conveyed to show the brightness or the facade that they must take in order to be entertainers in the industry, and kind of like the dark sides and how they feel behind the scenes. Oshinoko also sets itself up for some interesting character development. Even though we're only 2 or 3 episodes in, Aqua is now a teenager along with Ruby, and they've decided to take on these paths to become entertainment in different subsectors of the entertainment industry. So we get to see them grow as child entertainers, which is something that's always talked about overall in society, just like how malignant it can be for children's growth. We also will get to see how Aqua and Ruby go on growing as entertainers in an industry that essentially helps contribute to their mom's death. Not saying that the entertainment industry killed her, but the toxicity of the entertainment industry is kind of what led to her being murdered. And even though Ruby and Aqua are our anchor main characters, Aqua seems to be the one that's a little bit more positioned as a main character, just based on the inner monologue that we're mostly getting from him so far in the first few episodes, and the fact that this is kind of like a murder mystery sort of anime, and he's the one who's kind of seeking out his mom's murderer. And he does this through entering the entertainment industry. Not that he wants to, maybe he wants to, but he's doing so to find, 1, who their father is, and 2, who their murderer is, if not the same person. And with that, Oshinoko is again definitely the best anime of spring 2023 and a top contender for anime of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if it is anime of the year. Thanks again for joining me on my channel. It is great having you here. Let me know if you liked this video by liking, sharing, subscribing, or commenting on your thoughts below, especially if you've already seen it. And if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. But that's gonna do it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in as always, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye.